You make me strong when I need it. For you, I'm brave. You, I give you all my love. You, I give you all of my love. You, I give you all my love. Always you on my mind. You make me strong when I need it. For you, I'm brave. You, I give you all my love. You, I give you all of my love. You, I give you all my love. Always you on my mind.
Well, a very good morning to you, to all Twitch TV listeners, and thank you very, very much for your support and for following this amateur radio stream during this month of May. This is a very special day in our Kilo 2 Heroes special event. It's the last day of our special event, so certainly want to give those workers the best thank yous that we can deliver. And certainly those of you who are on the stream, please feel free to comment, to send your remarks in through the chat window. I'd be more than happy to relay them to the amateur radio followers. As many of you know, the Great South Bay Amateur Radio Club, headed by the special event team of November Oscar 2 Charlie Lou, Kilo 2 Romeo Yankee Delta Sally, and Kilo Charlie 2 Sierra Yankee Foxtrot Mike, and KD2 GUT Golf United Tango Karen put together this remarkable activity. The idea was born out of Lou seeing groups of cars visiting neighborhoods, honking their horns, showing their balloons, applauding, and thanking and celebrating the events of the day. And certainly in New York City, at 7 p.m. every day, applause rings out for all those frontline healthcare workers. We asked the ARRL, the American Radio Relay League, our resource for amateur radio, for the call sign Kilo 2H, H for Heroes, thanking all those frontline workers in New York State. We asked all amateurs in all 62 counties to participate, and so many of them have given their time. We've made over 20,000 contacts with other amateur radio operators on all bands and all modes. This is a remarkable statement made by the amateur radio community. I couldn't be more proud. We are identified as a service in Part 97 of the FCC rules, and as we've performed, when asked, we have done our service during all events, during catastrophic events, and here we are again doing our service to comfort the frontline workers with our sincere thanks. We want to thank the thousands of grocery store workers, the nurses, the healthcare workers, the food processing workers, the bus drivers, the subway conductors, the food delivery people, the pharmacists, the technicians, keeping our vehicles and infrastructure running, and all those on the front lines every day to make sure communities have the food, supplies, and medical care that we need to get through this impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. You know, our governor has asked the general public to stay away when we started this 92 days ago, my apologies, feels like years. And the governor said for those people, stay home. This is a dangerous virus. You don't want to be out there. But at the same time, he asked those healthcare workers, those frontline workers, please, we need you. Please go out there and serve the public, save the public. Very difficult thing to do because just like a commander sends his people to war, that's precisely what the governor did. Governor Andrew Cuomo did as well. So it is certainly remarkable. Before we begin, let me just read to you something that I saw recently, a poem that I saw that certainly might be somewhat appropriate. Stand by, please, while I retrieve that information. Being a nurse. Being a nurse means you'll never be bored. You'll always be frustrated. You'll be surrounded by challenges, so much to do and so little time. You will carry immense responsibility and very little authority. You will keep and step into people's lives, and you will make a difference. Some will bless you, some will curse you. You will see people at their worst and at their best. You will never cease to be amazed at people's capacity for love, courage, and endurance. You will see life begin, and you will see life end. You will experience resounding triumphs and devastating failures. You will cry a lot. You will laugh a lot. You will never know what it is to be human and to be humane. Thank you very much. That was sent out anonymously. Okay, so let's see what's going on in the amateur bands. Let's right now turn on our amplifier so people can hear us, and hopefully we can hear them. We are now in the operating position. That is good. That is good. It is making noise. Right now our conditions are the GMF is quiet. The SFI is 70. The A is 14, so the bands are going to be noisy. And the K layer is 1. K is 1. All right, so let's see what happens. Let's turn up the volume. Let's see what's going on. As you can tell, it's a little noisy. Let's see what we can find. This is Kilo 2 Hero special event. Is the frequency in use? CQ calling, CQ, CQ calling, CQ, CQ calling, C, all radio amateurs. This is special event station Kilo 2H, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. CQ calling, CQ, CQ calling, CQ. CQ calling, CQ. Try it again. CQ calling, CQ, CQ calling, CQ. This is Kilo 2 Heroes. Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot, special event station, thanking all those frontline heroes. QRZ.
Kilo 0, Echo Mike Tango.
Thank you so much, Kilo 0, Echo Mike Tango. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being the first on board for the last day of our special event station, Kilo 2 Heroes, honoring the doctors, nurses, healthcare workers, EMTs, police, firemen, people who run sanitation, postal workers, driving the MTA buses, all of those we're thanking. And we thank you so much, sir, for joining us in this thank you. Please give me your name, your state, and any comments you'd like to have. Over to you, sir.
Sure thing. Name here is Brian, Bravo Romeo Yankee Alpha November. My state is Missouri, Mike Oscar, and I got a solid copy on you here. Over.
Mike, give me a couple of more comments, thank yous to those folks in the front lines, because I want to tune you in. We're a little off frequency. Go ahead, Brian.
Roger, Roger. Yeah, I was initially tuned into you on 14245.5, and seems like we're a little different now. Over.
Brian, thank you very much. Thank you so much. You're in the log. I appreciate that. QSB today, it's going to be tough with the noise level, but thanks so very much. Any final comments, Brian, you'd like to make? Over to you, sir.
Just thank you for putting on a special event station. Do appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for your thanks. We've had so many of that. We're so grateful. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. My name is Peter at the controls, Pop Echo Tango, Echo Romeo. Location, Long Island, New York, 45 miles east of New York City. QRZ.
Kilo Golf 4, Lima, India, Kilo.
Lima, Juliet.
Roger, thank you. Got a couple of stations we like that. Kilo Golf 4, Lima, India, Kilowatt. Thank you so very much. Welcome back again, Ron. It's good to have you on the line. Thank you so much for supporting us on this final day of this very special and solemn event. Any comments you might have, Ron, we'd really appreciate that. Over to you, sir.
Oh, thank you very much, Peter. Appreciate you doing this, too. I am actually I'm an EMS. I'm a EMT for a big company here in Atlanta. So I definitely do appreciate you doing what you're doing.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Ron, so very much, and thank you for your service as an EMT. As we can tell, right now conditions are really spotty, but we're going to do the best we can and hang in there, and hopefully we can make contact. As we saw with the K layer, it is with the A layer, it's 14, and that means that we do have some sunspot activity. Thanks so much, Ron. 73s to you. Enjoy the day. Good luck. Be safe as an EMT. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
November 8th, November, India, Foxtrot.
Roger, thank you. About a 5 and 9 signal. Thank you so much, sir. November 8, November, India, Foxtrot. A very, very good morning to you. Thanks so much for making contact on this last day of our special event station honoring those heroes on the front lines. My name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango, Echo Romeo, Long Island, New York. Any comments you'd like to have saluting those heroes on the front lines? Over to you, sir. Your name and state.
Good morning. My name is Dick or Richard, either one. I am in Grand Rapids area of Michigan. I am totally appreciative of everything they have done and continues to be. I have been an essential worker since the very beginning. We supply the pharmaceutical industry, and I am facility. We have only had one family of the employee, but all is well, and thank you so much for carrying on with this thing.
Dick, thank you so very much, and certainly it goes without saying thank you for you going into the line of fire as an essential worker in the pharmaceutical delivery area. We really entirely appreciate that. Just imagine how governors of each state have been telling people to stay home, yet the essential workers like you, Dick, just to put your head down and go into the line of fire. We could not thank you enough for that, Dick, and thanks so much for making contact with the special event station. Thank you so much. 73s to you, sir. QRZ, this is Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
November 0, Sierra, Lima,
There's a November 0 station, a November 0. I hear another station that I think is trying to call us. You're a bit off frequency. If you're looking to call us, maybe you could come back on. My frequency is 14.245.500. November 0, come back again with your call, please.
Juliet. Romeo Oscar Delta.
Stand by. I need to clarify something. Is there somebody that is using this frequency? Somebody using this frequency? Go ahead. Okay, I moved off the frequency. Somebody, I think, has a net on the frequency. Somebody has a net on the frequency, so I moved up. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Okay, nothing heard. CQ calling, CQ. I hope the N0 hears me. CQ calling, CQ, CQ calling, CQ. This is special event station. Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot listening. CQ calling, CQ, CQ calling, CQ, all radio amateurs. This is special event station honoring the heroes on the front lines in the COVID-19 pandemic. My name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango, Echo Romeo. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
Oscar Hotel 1 X-Ray Tango.
Slay again your call slowly, sir. X-Ray Tango, go ahead.
Okay, this is Ocean Honolulu 1, X-Ray Tokyo. Over.
There you go. That's so. Yari, very good afternoon to you. Hello from New York to Finland. Oscar, Hotel 1, X-Ray Tango. Thanks so much. A good signal. About a 5 and 7, considering my antenna is pointed towards the southwest. Yari, hope you're hearing me so well, and thank you so much for supporting our station. Back over to you, Yari. Oscar, Hotel 1, X-Ray Tango, Kilo 2 Hero, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. My name is Peter, Pop Echo, Tango, Echo, Romeo. Over to you, sir.
Okay, very fine. Actually, you are 5 and 9, 59, good signal, but lot of flattering signals around you, so a little bit difficulties to copy, but strong anyway. Yeah, well, I was on the frequency when you came in, and there was some park station before, but he left already, so the frequency was clear. Okay, thank you, and thanks for the activation. 7 degrees from this is Ocean Henry 1, X-Ray Tango.
Yari, thank you so much, and thank you for that signal report. Can you imagine? I'd be rattling your windows, and you'd be rattling mine if my antenna was on you. Yari, thank you. 73, thanks so much for your support in the event. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
Okay, very fine. More flattering stations, but all okay. 7-3.
Yari, 73s, and I hope to get you again. My home call is Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor. That's my home call. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, Stroke, Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot, listening.
KM4LPW.
Give me your call phonetically, station with a K, please. Go ahead.
Okay, KM4LPW. Kilo, Mike 4, Lima, Papa Whiskey, and all I got was W2JV, but you said that's your home. I just came into you, and so I didn't get your other call sign.
Well, thank you so very, very much, and thank you for the phonetics, because the noise level is pretty high this morning, and you could see by getting a station in Finland, we're getting some very interesting long skip here, which we shouldn't have really at this time of day. Kilo Mike 4 Lima Papa Whiskey. Thank you so much. The call here, and thanks for getting on the air and talking with us. My call for the special event station is Kilo 2 Hotel, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. I repeat, Kilo 2 Hotel, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. That represents Suffolk County, one of 62 counties that are being represented in this special event, thanking those heroes on the front line during this COVID-19 pandemic. Give me your name, sir, and your state, and any comments you'd like to make on the saluting of the heroes we're doing today. Thank you so much for coming back to us. Over to you, sir.
Okay, yeah. Well, first of all, my name is Tom, Tango, Oscar, Mike. I have to think about it this early Sunday morning. I've been up for a while. Listened to a long sermon on a podcast from our church this morning. We're located in Fort Myers, Florida, down along the southwest Florida Gulf Coast. And, yeah, there are a lot of heroes on the front line. They kicked all the volunteers out of my hospital here in Fort Myers quite some time ago, so we would stay safe, and I missed my volunteer work voluntarily as a chaplain at a Health Park Hospital, or Health Park Medical Center here in Fort Myers. But the people that are there are my heroes. They stayed in there regardless of the possibility of being exposed or not. And, you know, they're on the front lines just like our soldiers are on the front lines overseas. All right, Kilo 2 Hotel / SUF KM4LPW. Back to you.
Oh, thank you, Tom. Those words are so well spoken, but not surprised given the fact that you are a chaplain. And once again, that's great. Listening to a sermon. Most sermons are long, but nevertheless, that is something that we're trying to tell everybody out there. You've got to take care of your anxiety. Those folks that are not on the front lines but are just worrying. Sometimes when you send a a child out to do an event, you're more worried about it than the child is. And so anything that we can do to help our mental stability, listening to sermons, listening to good music, listening to good people talking like yourself really is very, very positive and something we can't neglect whatsoever. And can you just imagine, to your point, Tom, where the governors of every state were telling people, stay away, this is a dangerous virus, stay home, shelter in place. It can be very devastating. Yet, on the other hand, we're telling the frontline workers, please, we need your help. We need you to go into those hospitals. We need you to be on the front lines. And this was certainly at the very beginning time, as you well know, before we had all the proper PPE equipment. So we can't thank them enough for, as you put it, they're in a war, the war of germs, and they're fighting this war. They're soldiers. They're warriors. They deserve the medals, the ribbons. But clearly, that's for another day. For now, our last day here on this event is to salute all of them from top to bottom. Tom, thank you so much for your very, very thoughtful comments. We're taping this on Twitch TV with my home call, Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor. And these words will be certainly kept for a long, long time. And anyone that wants to check in on that, they can hear them over and over again, and hopefully it'll do them some good. Thanks so much, Tom. Over to you for any finals. I really appreciated your thoughtful comments. This is what makes this event so powerful, so impactful. Thank you, Tom. Over to you, sir.
We just need to remember the scriptures tell us that there's a season for everything. This too is a season. And I rode motorcycles for years, and we'd get out on the road and we'd run into a terrible storm, but we always knew there was sunshine and clearing on the other side. So we just need to hang in there and have some patience, and not get anger with each other as we're being cooped up in our homes right now, kind of. And so anyway, I just wish everyone blessings. And thank you for the special event. I haven't heard of it. All right, we'll say 73s right now, so others can get in. K2H/SUF-KM4 LPWs 73s on your final.
Oh, thank you, Tom, so very, very much. Very, very thoughtful words. As my father would say, to add to what you're saying, he said, this too will pass, and this too shall pass, and it will. We are a country that is a very young country, and we have gone through many, many tragedies over our history, and we've accomplished and succeeded in all of them. Because we're a resilient country, we're a strong country, we're a country of doers, and we are going to find the solutions to this terrible disease. It may never go away completely, but we're going to mitigate it the best we can. And as you said, the best thing we can do as citizens is be kind to each other, be considerate, and if you have any anxiety, please try to release it through a positive ways. Thank you so much, Tom. 73s, we really appreciated your time here on our special event station. QRZ, this is great. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. My name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo, Long Island, New York. QRZ.
Alpha Delta 1 India.
Roger, thank you. Hear a bunch of stations, and that's good. Thanks so much. Yep, Alpha Delta 1 India. Let me get that right. Alpha Delta 1 India. Usually I put the ones and the I's in the wrong place, but I've got that right now. Alpha Delta 1 India. Thank you so much, sir. Your name, your state, any comments you'd like to add to our event. Over to you, sir.
Hey, Peter. The name on this end's Brian, Bravo, Romeo, India, Alpha, November. Brian, I'm down here in Green Swamp, Florida. I also have you up on the Twitch live channel, so that's really neat to see that. And I appreciate all that you're doing and all the K2H folks bringing awareness to this. And you're absolutely spot on that these heroes are on the front lines. And I have numerous folks in my family that are in the medical industry, and I tell you that, I really pray for them, and I really am glad that they are doing what they're doing to protect those, and it's just really great. So I just want to say hello from Central Florida, and thank you for everything that you're doing. This is Alpha Delta 1 India. Back to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Brian, and certainly we like to wish good days to your family and family members that are in the healthcare industry going to war every day. They think they're going to work. They didn't sign on for this, that's for sure, Brian. But they're in the front lines doing their job every single day and coming back the next day. It's just an incredible thing. And yes, we are so happy to bring attention to it. I think most of us knew what the frontline workers did when we were in normal times, but we had no idea their courage and their impact during this time. Because as I said earlier, governors of states have told people to stay home. Yet we said to those frontline workers, we need you. We need you desperately. Please put your head down and go to work. Thanks so much, Brian. We really appreciate it. And, yeah, the Twitch stream is something different here for amateur radio, something that we normally don't do as amateur radio operators. That usually is left to the gamers and to those folks who are doing various simulation-type work. But we're happy to do that. We're happy to bring this to the masses, those folks perhaps that may not know what we do as amateur radio operators. As defined by the FCC, we are an amateur radio service, and we're more than happy to serve here in this time of pandemic. We served in so many different emergencies, and we're here again. So thanks very much for that, Brian. We appreciate your time. 73's good luck and good health, and we hope that some of the certainly benefits that we have in our bank as a result of what we've been doing for 31 days will certainly cover those people, and we'll find them in good health, and we wish them well. 73's to you, sir. QRZ, there are stations here. We'd love to talk with you. Every time it's a thank you. Kilo 2 Heroes, Stoke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
Whiskey 4, November, Sugar Tango.
Kilo 9, November.
Roger. Kilo 9, stand by. Big signal there. Whiskey 4, November, Sierra Tango. Very, very good morning to you. Still morning. We want to also congratulate the astronauts aboard the Dragon spacecraft for their very successful docking. That was a wonderful thing to witness, and we're so proud as Americans for the first time in nearly a decade to have Americans in space with American-made equipment on American-made soil. Thank you, SpaceX. Thank you, Elon Musk. Thank you, NASA. We couldn't be more proud of you. Whiskey 4, November, Sierra Tango. Thank you. Good morning. Your name, sir, your state, and any comments you'd like to have. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Peter. The name here is Nat, November, Alpha Tango. You're a 5'9" plus 20 here in the Appalachia, North Carolina. For what you're doing, shout out. I'm honored to be an EMT here up in the mountains. Really enjoyed listening to what you guys are doing up there. So back to you. Thanks.
Oh, thank you so much, Nat. Thank you for your service as an EMT. We do appreciate that. And thank you for thanking those workers on the front lines. And we're going to be thanking so many of them. We think of the first-line workers, the nurses, the doctors, the EMTs. They're fantastic. But also certainly want to continue to thank those people that are in the food processing industry, the bus drivers, the subway conductors, the food delivery pharmacists, the technicians keeping our vehicles on our infrastructure running. All those, a huge thank you from our special event station. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot listening.
Kilo November 4, Romeo November Lima.
Roger, thank you. Big signal, biggest of the day so far. Kilo, let's see, I think I have a Kilo November 4. Let me make sure I have that right. Stand by here. I'm going to write that in here. Let's see if that's right. Kilo November 4, Romeo November Lima. Do I have that right? Over to you, sir.
Yes, sir, you do. You have big signal as well. 9 plus 10 over here in southern Kentucky. Dale here, Delta Alpha Lima Echo. I'm actually a paramedic for a living. Just wanted to, I heard your call, thought I'd give you a shout.
Oh, Dale, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Kilo November 4, Romeo November Lima. A paramedic, what an incredible service that you do. And you've certainly been, I'm sure, very, very, very busy. We really do appreciate your service, and hopefully you've been kept safe and your family's been kept safe. Any comments at all you'd like to make, any shout-outs to anybody in particular, any hospital or service at all? It's your microphone right now, Dale. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, thank you. No, just special thanks to everybody. What you just said, EMS, we go into the houses, as you know, with very little info, and big frontline workers, and along with the police department as well. And I appreciate the hospital, obviously, of course. But a big shout-out to all first responders, and I didn't get your QTH.
My pleasure. Yes, my QTH is not in your state, although your signal is rattling my windows. That's for sure, Dale. It's Long Island, New York, specifically Northport, Northport, about 45 miles east of New York City, Dale. Over to you, sir.
Roger that, and thank you for doing the special event here, sir. I appreciate it. God bless you. 73, sir. Final to you.
Thank you so much, Dale. And yes, you're right. You run into danger where others run away. It's an incredible amount of fortitude and courage and dedication to your job, and certainly dedication to keeping people safe. It is incredible. Well, we're at day 92 in New York City since this COVID pandemic started, and it was something that none of us knew exactly what to do, what was going to happen. The experts were wrong at the beginning on every count, just how it was, because it was a brand new thing. But now we know more. The good news is New York City will be opening on June the 8th. We'll begin to open New York City on June the 8th. That's great news, and we look forward to that, and we look forward to the economy getting going again, full speed ahead. Thanks so much, Dale, and you be safe out there. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, Stroke Sierra, a uniform Foxtrot listening.
Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Fox India.
Roger, thank you. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Fox India. Thank you so much, sir. Good morning. Still 11:29 Eastern Standard Time. Good to have you again, Doug, on board. You get the silver medal for being the third time we've spoken. I really appreciate that, from Altamont, I believe, Illinois. Doug, any comments you'd like to add, please be free to do that. It's yours. Go ahead, sir. Thank you so much, Doug. Thank you so much. Yep, you're staying home as you're supposed to. Certainly, there are people that if you have any type of issues, it's best to stay away and let the other folks circulate and mingle until things get better. 73, sir. This is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo, in the amateur radio studio of Kilo 2 Hero, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. I'm listening. QRZ, my apologies. The noise level, certainly, as you well know, and I'm sure you hear on your end, is really quite high. So normally signals I could hear at 5 and 5 are pretty noisy. But let's keep trying. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
Alpha Kilo 4, Mike India.
Roger, thank you so much. Alpha Kilo 4, Mike India. Yep, you popped out at a noise with a 5 and 7. Thanks so much. Welcome again, Roger. Good to hear your voice. Good to see your signal from Melbourne, Florida. Any comments you'd like to have, please share with us, Roger. Over to you, sir.
I would just like to thank everyone for doing such a great job during this period of time, and we're trying to stay safe also here. We'll be maintaining distances and doing what we can do here to stay safe. So, again, thanks very much for the contact. Thank you very much for doing the special event. This is Alpha Kilo 4, Mike India. 73, my friend, and you have a good one.
Roger, thank you so very much. We got all of that, and hopefully the folks that are monitoring on Twitch TV, their ears aren't hurting too much from the loud noise from the atmosphere today. As you folks know, we are dependent on exactly what the ionosphere will give us, and certainly the sun can be our friend and also can be detrimental to radio communications. We don't have any blackouts here on the amateur radio bands today, but clearly the sun is very, very active, probably producing some sunspots, part of cycle 25, which is very good, very exciting, but today, probably one of the noisiest days on the band. Clearly, as you well know, we've come to the end of our Kilo 2 Hero special event. The outpouring in emotion from our amateur radio community makes us very proud to be amateur radio operators. And I've been licensed for 56 years, 5-6, and I feel this event has been my proudest moment in all these years. I'm so proud of all those folks, those amateur radio operators supporting us. I want to say thank you again to all of you so much from the bottom of my heart and from all of us that are operating the special event station. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot is listening.
Kilo 9, November Yankee, Oscar Mobile.
Roger, thank you. There you go, another signal that popped out of the noise. Thank you, sir. Kilo 9, November Yankee Oscar. A very good morning to you, sir. My name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo. Your name, your state, and comments you'd like to have here as we salute the final day of salutes to our COVID-19 heroes. Over to you, sir. Is that Kilo 9 November Yankee Oscar? Do I have that right? Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. I am mobile here in New Lenox, Illinois, which is 35 miles southwest of Chicago. Just want to recognize my wife, who is a surgical nurse.
That's fantastic. I believe it's Robert or Bob, either or. I hope is okay with you. Please, let's give a shout out to your wife, who is a surgical nurse. We'd really love to recognize her here on amateur radio, if you don't mind. May I have her first name, please? Go ahead.
Her name is Christine, and my name is Rob, Romeo Oscar Bravo.
Roger, thank you so much, Rob. I appreciate that. Romeo Oscar Bravo, it's in the log. Christine, words sometimes are very difficult for us to express the thanks, especially a surgical nurse. You're right there on the front lines. You're certainly protected more than you ever were, but we can't thank you enough for being part of this war. And you are certainly one of the many heroes that we're saluting. Thanks to you, Christine, and to all your heroes there where you are working. Thanks so much. And Rob, thank you so much for supporting her as well. And all of us worry each and every day that certainly the Christines of the world come back safe. So our salute to you, Christine, and certainly all those folks on our Twitch TV stream also are probably standing up right now and saying, thank you, Christine, for running into danger where others run away. Rob, to you for any finals.
Certainly to my sister Patty, who is an emergency room nurse. So many people giving so much of themselves right now. 73 and back to you for the final. This is Kilo 9, November Yankee Oscar, Mobile 9.
Rob, you're absolutely right. Giving so much of their time above and beyond the call of duty. Patty, we also like to salute you as well as a nurse in the front lines. This would not have come out as well. Things are getting better and better. Thanks to you, Patty and Christine. We are surviving this, and we are defeating the COVID virus little by little. Thank you so much, Rob. Safe driving, and wonderful. Thank you for making the contact so powerful. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot is listening. There's a couple of whiskey stations. I'm not sure which one. I think a Whiskey Quebec, maybe. Let's try it again. Whiskey Quebec or Whiskey something. Go ahead.
Okay, right. This is Whiskey Quebec 4 Ontario. WQ40 from Miami, Florida. Over.
Roger, thank you. I got that. Whiskey Quebec 4 Oscar. Thank you. About a 5 and 7 here into Long Island, New York. My name is Peter. Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo, and I believe we've spoken before, and I believe it's Orestes from Hialeah, Florida. Correct me if I'm wrong, Orestes. Nice to have you aboard. Any comments you'd like to make on our saluting the heroes today? Over to you, sir.
Okay, right, baby. I copy very well. Fine signal. Beautiful signal. 5x9. 59 clear and copy perfectly. Thank you for your report. I have been in contact with you this morning. I need you repeat your course. I am slowly. You talk too fast for my English, my friend. Over.
I talk too fast for my ears, too, Orestes. My apologies. My definite apologies. My call here for the special event station is Kilo 2 Hotel. Kilo 2 Hotel, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot, and that represents Suffolk County. Once again, Kilo 2 Hotel, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. Is that okay? Did I do that okay for you, Orestes? Go ahead.
Okay, Peter. Thank you. Kilo 2 Hotel Victor Foxtrot. Okay, my friend. Thank you. 73. I have been in contact with you. I need it. Thank you. Thank you. 70. Good night.
Thank you so much, Orestes. Thanks for taking the time to making contact with us. We thank you sincerely. QRZ, this is Kilo 2 Hotel, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. My name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo. QRZ.
Whiskey Delta 4 Echo Romeo Tango Charlie Kilo Delta.
Roger. A couple of good stations there as well. I think it's Whiskey Delta 4 Echo Romeo. Mike, good morning. I believe your name is Ken. I think we spoke before on May the 10th. Ken or Kenneth, I hope I got one or the other right. Thank you so much for making contact with us again. I think you're in the wonderful state of Georgia. Any comments you'd like to make, sir? Go ahead. Your time is on now.
All right, Peter, thank you for picking me up again. Very good signal down here into South Georgia, good 10 over 9. And thank you for what you're doing with the special event, recognizing those that are important to us. So keep up the good work, and you got a good spot going there. Peter, 7-3, thanks again. Have a good Sunday up there, and talk to you again somewhere. Kilo 2 Hotel, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot, Whiskey Delta 4 Echo Romeo Mike. Later.
My pleasure, Kenneth. Thank you so much. Thank you for those words. Yeah, I do look forward to getting back to my normal operating conditions. This gets pretty tiring after a stint, and I'm ready to take a nap. But I do look forward to getting back to my normal activities, chasing DX, doing some contests. I sincerely missed the WPX contest that's running through today, but this is something that I feel is certainly more important, and something that I'm more than happy to give my time up for sure, Kenneth. Thanks so much. If you'd like to spot me, I'm spotted with my home call, Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor. If someone can spot me with this special call, Kilo 2 Hotel, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot, I'd really appreciate that. And I know I'm probably on the frequency where there are stations running nets. I'm at 14248.9, kind of a funky number, but nevertheless, here's where I found some peace and quiet. And so thank you, stations, for standing by while we're operating a net. Our apologies, and thank you so much. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hotel, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot listening.
Kilo Charlie, Kilo 4 Delta Golf Juliet, Whiskey Sugar Papa.
Roger. We're starting to get some good propagation. Noise levels going down. I think I've got a Kilo 4 Delta Golf Juliet. I repeat, Kilo 4 Delta Golf Juliet. Your name, your state, and any comments you'd like to have. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, Peter. The handle here is Sam, Sierra America, Mexico. We're located near Charlotte, North Carolina. And thank you so much for the great job you're doing. We appreciate, I'm a retired physician here, so I've not really been out on the front line, but I would like to thank the folks that have stayed at home and have done as advised to stay away from going out and mingling and causing too much of the disease to propagate. Take care, Peter. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Okay, Sam, 783s to you, and thank you so much for your work as a physician. We sincerely appreciate that, and thank you for your comments as well. There are a couple of different theories, and we can certainly debate them all day long, but we're not going to do that. One of the theories certainly has to do with certainly the mass population. The more people that become infected, and they realize that 80 to 90% of the people that become infected, it's not serious for them, and therefore the more people get infected, the less people will get infected, because the disease starts to certainly reach a point of saturation. Certainly, with that in mind, if that's one of the theories, and certainly that's one of them promoting right now, and that works, then basically what we have to do is stage 2. Those people that have compromised health conditions have to stay back, because the worst thing you can do is someone that is asymptomatic, that's a healthy, certainly person, don't want to pass it on to somebody that is compromised, and then they have serious health issues. So those people with serious health issues, seriously overweight, diabetes, heart conditions, lung issues, all those folks have to stay back. But clearly we can see, and certainly we can see, Sam, states are opening up, so there's nothing we can do about that. The important thing is we want the economy to open up, and I've said all along, for every single day, I think this economy has been closed too long and too far. In fact, the governor of New York State, at one point, he said very clearly, he said that really he's not sure if we did the right thing by closing the economy. So these are all guesses that we did, and certainly when we realized this pandemic was not a life sentence for those who got it, for 80-90% of those who got it, it was much more serious than a virus. 100,000 people that died in the entire country. That's not certainly a virus. That doesn't happen. And certainly, unfortunately, most of those people that passed, most of them have been compromised, or certainly are older in health, and that's a shame. We mourn each and every one of them. 73s to you. Thank you, sir. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
Kilo Alpha Romeo Sierra. Papa.
There's a Romeo Sierra first. Romeo Sierra, go ahead.
Kilo Golf 4 Alpha Romeo Sierra, Atlanta. Good day to you. You're 5 and 9 here in Atlanta.
Thank you so much, sir. Kilo Golf 4. Kilo Golf 4. Stand by one quick moment. Alpha, thank you so much. Kilo Golf 4. Alpha, I had to correct my law. Kilo Golf 4. Alpha Romeo Sierra. Thank you so much. A very good morning to you. I believe your name is Nigel in Georgia. Nigel, any comments you'd like to have to make? Would you like to make on the heroes fighting COVID-19? Over to you, Nigel.
I have nothing to say except in the hardware stores, people are starting to get too close together, and I don't like it. You're peaking at 20 over here, so I don't know how much power you're running. We're running ICOM 7300, ACOM 1010 at about 500 watts PEP into Spider-Beam.
Nigel, thank you so much. Doing a good job. You've got about a 10 over 9 signal. And, yeah, I know how you feel about people in the hardware store getting too close. Clearly, you know, we'd rather not spread the disease because there could be some folks in that hardware store that are more vulnerable. And I would still like people to respect the distances and clearly wear their masks and have respect for other people, because the life that may be lost may not be yours. It may be somebody that you didn't purposely infect. So please be careful out there. QRZ, this is Kilo 2 Hero, Stoke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
Kilo Charlie 9, Hotel Tango Charlie.
Roger, thank you so much. Kilo Charlie 9, Hotel Tango Charlie. Very good morning to you, sir. 11:45 Eastern Daylight Time. My name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo. Your name, your state, and any comments that you'd like to have as we're saluting those heroes on the front lines. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, Peter. This is Bruce. Bravo, Romeo, Unicorn, Charlie, Echo, and I'm in Indiana. As far as comments, I have a sister that works in the local hospital laboratory where they gather the samples, and she's on the front line every day.
Yeah, she certainly is on the front lines every day. It's just incredible. They suit up. They put their anxiety in their pockets and go to work. May you share, please, your sister's first name with us, Bruce? Go ahead.
Cheryl. Her first name is Cheryl.
Thank you, Bruce. I roger that in Cheryl, that's for sure. A couple of nurses made some comments. Every day you'll go in and you're like, can I do this for one more day? That was a nurse from Indiana that said that. She also said every day you have to put your game face on and start all over again. Cheryl, we feel, as they say, we do feel what you're going through in a minor way. But nevertheless, Cheryl, thank you so much for being a hero, being one of the heroes on the front lines that we'd like to salute. Thank you so much, Bruce. Any final comments at all? You got a good signal here into New York. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much for what you're doing. Good luck, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Bruce. And once again, you're from Indiana. I want to salute those from Indiana and from all other states. Out-of-state nurses, as you all know, when we were certainly the center of the pandemic for quite a while, and out-of-state nurses have provided a lifeline for hospitals needing to replace those workers as they fell sick and needed breaks. Some seeing New York for the first time, but yet they came here and they volunteered. We could not thank them enough. All the states that are out there, thank you, states, for really keeping New York afloat during those horrific times. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
Alpha, Kilo 4, Queen Echo.
I think I've got one call, right? Alpha, Kilo 4, Queen Echo. Correct me if I'm wrong. Your name, your state, and any comments you'd like to make. Although I'm looking right now, if this is who I think it is, I think this is KJ, and I think you're in Tennessee, KJ. Correct me if I'm wrong. Go ahead.
All right, Roger. You got it right. Here's KJ here in Tennessee. I think I've talked to you on, I believe, 40 meters, and I think you are commemorating the station on Memorial Day. I think I'm doing it again today, or maybe it's 20 meters. I just don't remember. So anyway, nice to hear you again, and I just want to say hello. You sound great as usual at 20 over 9, and I really want to thank you for all the wonderful work you're doing to commemorate the heroes of the coronavirus crisis, and of course you did a wonderful thing by remembering all the veterans on Memorial Day. So you're sounding good. I just want to say hello. Great bright sunny day here, 80 degrees, perfect weather for some outdoor stuff. biking or whatever. It's a lot of fun stuff to do outside this weekend. So anyway, back to you, Alpha Kilo 4, Queen Echo, over.
KJ, thank you so much. Thank you for your salute to those frontline workers. Yeah, we last spoke on May the 25th, and yes, we've gone through a couple of different events. Armed Forces Day, we were very proud to salute those folks in the armed forces, and we proudly had flags showing, and I have my flag still up. For those watching the Twitch stream, hope you like it. Spirit of 76 flag, year that we got married. The thank you balloon is still up there. That thank you balloon has been pretty great. That was a well-spent $10. That originally was a Happy Mother's Day, so we also went through Mother's Day, Armed Forces Day, certainly the very solemn Memorial Day, and we certainly saluted all those who gave their lives in this country, and I'm certainly not going to read those who gave their lives in the healthcare industry, KJ, and everybody else, but there's too many of them. Young people, old people, not sick people, but just people, nurses, doctors, EMTs, that lost their lives, especially in the early times of this COVID-19 virus. Just incredible, and we're doing the very least with the thank yous. We've got 20,000 thank yous and rising since we began this event on May the 1st, and clearly we know that our words are resonating with them because they're hearing us. Word is spreading. Good word always does spread, and our stream here, thank you streamers for also passing the word as well. We appreciate that. KJ, enjoy the day, and yes, I really hope soon nurses, doctors, EMTs, people driving the buses, people picking up our trash, postal workers can also enjoy the day as well when their shifts become less tiring and they can get out there and enjoy as well. It's almost not fair. We feel guilty at times that we're out here doing our normal things and they are at war. A lot of folks felt the same way when they couldn't join the Vietnam War or World War II, or Korean War. They felt the same way, and we feel that way too. And one way to mitigate our guilt, perhaps, is just to talk like we are and sharing with one another. Thanks, KJ. Good signal here as well in New York. My name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo. I'm at the controls for a while. This is Kilo 2 Heroes, K28 Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot listening.
Whiskey 9, Echo Delta.
Roger, thank you very much. Whiskey 9, Echo Delta. Thank you so much, George. I appreciate that very, very much. You're located, I think, in Terre Haute. And, George, you got to tell me about that picture that you have on your QRZ page. It almost looks like Peter Sellers there, but I can't be sure. A very interesting-looking picture. That's a smile that Peter Sellers has, so I'm going to stick with that guess, Peter Sellers. Most importantly, George, if you have a moment, if you can salute the heroes that are fighting the COVID-19 war, but please let me know what's going on over there. Over to you, George.
Roger, that's Dr. Strangelove, Peter Sellers, one of my heroes. I would just like to thank New York for setting a good example on how to handle this. Some other states could benefit from trying. I would also like to thank the VA hospital in Indianapolis for doing the good work they do.
W9 Echo Delta. This is Kilo 2 Hotel, Stoke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. You see, folks, this is what this event is about. This event is not only about just exchanging signal reports, which we really rather not do because we want to spend the time saluting those heroes. That's the mission of this event. But we can see in George's, we can almost feel George's pain, the emotion that George is exhibiting as he thanks the VA hospital and those healthcare workers there. And this is what this event has been for me since the beginning of May. I established that I wanted to do this as a QSO event. I wanted to hear from everybody. I wanted to hear how they felt. I wanted to hear their anxiety. I wanted to hear their stories. And we've heard many, many stories. Too many to count, but certainly it's all there on tape, as they say. And, George, thank you so very much for being a human amateur radio operator and sharing your feelings with us. Can't thank you enough because I want people to feel that so they also know what so many people have been going through. Back to you for your finals, George. Whiskey 9, Echo Delta, Kilo 2 Heroes.
Roger, I'd like to thank you, too, for doing what you're doing. 73.
George, thank you so much for that. I'm just a messenger, and I wanted to thank everybody, my wife, for allowing me to do this, taking time away from the family, by carving out this time to do this, and I thank her sincerely as well. Thank you, George. QRZ. This is Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot listening.
November 4 Zulu, Mike.
Roger, thank you so much. November 4 Zulu, Mike. Very good afternoon to you. I think I'm speaking with Nancy in Sarasota. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nancy. Thanks so much for joining us, and most importantly, any comments that you'd like to have on us here giving salutes to those people on the front lines. Over to you, Nancy.
Okay, good afternoon, Peter, and thanks for doing this. I want to say thank you to all the heroes that are out there working. I'm retired, so I'm not involved in it. I'm a retired nurse, but I've been retired too long to go back. So thanks to all the people on the front line. I have some friends that are out there working. Good luck with your what you're trying to do here in 73. K2H and 4ZM.
Thank you so much, Nancy. I appreciate that. And thank you, Nancy, for joining us. You were a hero, too. You had your time. And my wife spoke with one of her classmates in high school who recently retired at age 50. And we said, wow, that's a little early. Well, no. She was just exhausted. She just said, for me, this is something for young people to do, and it's time for me to move on. It leads me to believe on this. This is what I'd like to talk about nurses, really. This is what nurses have said. You're going to feel like quitting. You're going to struggle. You'll have days when you wonder, what is all this for? You'll have days when people attempt to break you down or challenge your intelligence, skills, and right to be where you are. You'll have moments when you question your own abilities and perhaps your sanity, but you'll rise. You'll rise because your strength as a nurse is not determined by one grade, one shift, or one job. It's an ongoing journey of learning, honor, humility, and a chance to make even the smallest difference in the lives of your patients. Nancy, that's a salute to you and all those nurses. I hope I captured that pretty well, Nancy. Over to you.
Well, you really did. I worked in the hospital for a while, but mainly I worked in public health, at a public health clinic. So, and I've been retired since 2003. So it's too far gone to go back, but I appreciate all those who are working. And hello to your wife, and I hope you have a great day. 73. K2H and 4ZM, Multiclear, 73.
Roger, Nancy. Thank you so very, very much. And certainly I know that if there's an opportunity for you to talk with a young nurse, to give her some guidance, there's so many of them that right now in the war. We spoke to one nurse who's 24 years old, and she's has a lot of fear. So if anybody out there knows any nurses, doctors, EMTs, postal workers, anybody that's on the front lines, you better believe they have anxiety. And by all means, pick the phone up and ask them, how you doing? A student nurse said, I'm a student nurse. I promise to be brave. I graduated in May. I'm a student nurse. I will not show that I'm afraid. I will pretend that I have done this 1,000,000 times or more, so my patients will feel at ease when I'm on the floor. I'm a student nurse. I promise to be brave. I graduate in May. Thank you so much. That was submitted by Boyd Williams, B-O-Y-D, as a student nurse. So we went from one extreme to the other, a nurse that's been in business for 40 years and one that's just starting out. Please welcome them all. Thanks a lot, guys, for letting me babble on. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
KB5, PIJ, Kilo Bravo 5, Papa India Kilo.
Roger, thank you. Things come and go at propagation. Kilo Bravo 5, Pop India Kilo. A very good morning to you, Mal. Good to hear you again. 5 and 7 with a lot of noise on the band, but that's how it goes with amateur radio. Please share with me your comments from Denham Springs, Louisiana. Over to you, sir. Al, thanks a lot. Really, noise kind of captured your signal, so I apologize for that. But that's how it goes today. Thanks so much, though, for at least getting into the log. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Okay, stations, we're now about an hour and 2 minutes into our broadcast. It's just about 11:58, almost noontime. Not sure we're going to continue because the noise level and the signal's out there, but we might just bring it back up again later. Let's see what happens. Let's try one more time or a couple more times. Maybe propagation will be in our favor. Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra, uniform Foxtrot.
Norway 6, Zulu Tango.
Roger, thank you. There you go. Norway 6, Zulu Tango. You see, this is how propagation works, folks, that may not understand this. Right now, I got Scott, who came in from, I believe, Canyon Country, California. So you see how what the band does? It just is going long right now, and that's why we shut down the Midwest. Pretty interesting. If you're on the air for any period of time, you'll be able to see this happen. It's fascinating. I believe it's Scott, and I think you're in Canyon Country, California. Correct me if I'm wrong, but most importantly, any comments that you have on the heroes that we're saluting today. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, it's definitely Scott, Canyon Country, and yeah, propagation's strange. I just turned on the radio, and I heard you almost signing off, so I wanted to say that you're sounding good all the way out here, and for all those heroes out there, I just don't know how to be more thankful than I am. Over.
You're so right. You're so right. It's hard to express in the words how thankful we are, how appreciative we are that they're going to war every single day and making a difference, making a huge difference. All I ask those people out there that are mingling in the streets, please don't put added pressure on them by being too careless where someone, maybe not you, someone that you may infect may be in the hospital. We don't want to put any more pressure on these healthcare workers. Let's make it easier for them. Thanks so much. Thank you so much, Scott. And let's see how the band is going. Let's see who we can contact next. Maybe someone in Casablanca. Who knows? This is Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra, uniform Foxtrot, QRZ. There's a station with America in the call. Go ahead. It's a Charlie Oscar 7, Oscar America question mark. Go ahead.
Okay, Oscar America only, Oscar America.
Roger, I think it's Charlie Oscar 7, Oscar Mike. I repeat, Charlie Oscar 7, Oscar Mike. Is that correct? Okay, there you go. Thank you. Let's see. There you go. Thank you so much. Charlie Oscar 7, Oscar Alpha. I think I have Dr. Osvaldo here from Cuba. Please tell me if that's right. I think you're from Ciego de Avila. Let me know if that's not right. Your signal is a lot of QSB, Doctor, but I do copy you. Hopefully you can hear me. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Charlie Oscar 7, Oscar Alpha. This is Kilo 2 Hotel. Over to you, sir. Yeah, you're there, you're in the log, but the noise level, unfortunately, is just too strong. But thank you so much for contacting us, and thank you for correcting us in the log. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hotel, stroke Sierra, uniform Foxtrot. Let me take the audio right now. I'm not sure where how much longer we have, but Larry, thank you so much. NN50, thank you so much for your dedication to the stream. Your really very, very heartwarming comments, and I'll repeat again. Peter, I can hardly believe your month of streaming is coming to an end. Well, the month of streaming certainly for K2H is coming to an end, but hopefully I'll continue to stream and talk about and maybe those folks that may have an interest in getting involved in amateur radio. We can talk about how to get a license. We can talk about how to set up a station. So perhaps after I take a breath, we'll do some more streams on activities regarding amateur radio. But thank you so much. It's been a terrific event, and I do appreciate your comments about lifting the spirits of involved, your viewers, all the frontline soldiers, the caretakers. No, I don't deserve a medal, really. I just basically want to be the person who's kind of in the background. And as you well know, Larry, if we listen to all those broadcasts, we can certainly hear all those comments from all those amateur radio operators that have poured out their hearts in many cases, describing their feelings, their brothers, their sisters, their their cousins who've been involved on the front lines, and some of them have lost loved ones as well. And those are the heroes. Those are the people that certainly deserve the medals for sure. Let's see. Thank you again, Larry, so very, very much. Okay, let's see if I can pick up any other stations. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. I repeat, Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot listening. CQ calling, CQ calling, CQ, Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot listening. There's a station with whiskey. Go ahead.
Alpha 5, Yankee Whiskey. Name's Michael, and the QTH is Jonesboro, Arkansas.
There you go. See, now propagation now has moved back into where it's supposed to be. Alpha 5, Yankee Whiskey. Thank you, Michael, from Jonesboro, Arkansas. I got your signals of 5 and 7. That's good. Any comments that you'd like to share with us regarding the COVID-19 heroes, Michael? Over to you.
Well, yeah, I just sitting here listening to you this morning, and you're right about the propagation up and down. I have a daughter that's an RN working it, and then I have a son as a nurse anesthetist RN up in another hospital, and then I got my daughter-in-law. All three of them there working it, and it's kind of put a bind on them, but I guess that's what it is.
You know, when you say put a bind on them, my goodness, Michael, you're so right. Well said. They didn't sign on for this at all. Would you please share with me all of their names? I'd like to do a public shout-out to those wonderful heroes. Please do that, Michael. I'm ready to copy.
Terry Burrow, more known as Rocky. Then his wife is Kristen. And my daughter, her name is Christy Edge there in Navarre, Florida.
Rocky, Christian, and Christy. Rocky, Christian, and Christy, we salute you. We thank you from the bottom of my hearts, and we wish you certainly the best of health. And thank you so much for your dedication to service. That is for sure. Michael, I know you, as a parent, certainly worry every day that they will come back in good shape. They'll come back well. The good news is that the statistics show that the general public is more apt now to get the infection than those folks that are directly on the front line. So that's good news. But nevertheless, what we're really worried about mostly is the anxiety that these people are suffering each and every day. You know, the PTSD type symptoms. And we know that it's something that is not in their playbook for them to reach out for help. But these are unusual times, as we well know, Michael, and certainly we know that you're monitoring your daughter's mental health and making sure that, you know, she stays on course and doesn't get too concerned and is able to suit up and go back to work the next day. That's the toughest part. That's what we're really worried most about. And any of you out there that hear me in the listening group, please pick up the phone and talk to someone on the front lines and give them some encouragement that things will get better and are getting better for sure. Michael, over to you for any final comments.
Oh, Roger, yeah, you're 100% correct in everything you say. I'm not sure about your call sign. I got kilowatt 2H and then a SUF. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct, Michael. The Kilo 2H certainly is a special call sign issued by the ARRL. It's Kilo 2 Hotel, or as we like to say, Kilo 2 Heroes, taking a little license on the ITU phonetics. But nevertheless, and the SUF is Suffolk County. That's the county I'm in Long Island, New York. SUF, Sierra Uniform Foxtrot, one of 62 counties that we've asked to participate in this special event. Michael, go ahead.
Oh, Roger. Well, then I guess I got all the documentation here correct. So let me say 7-3, and keep up the good work there. K2H, SUF, 85YW.
Roger, thank you. And once again, Rocky, Christian, and Christy, we salute to you. We stand in reverence, and thank you so much for keeping us all safe. QRZ, let's see how propagation is going right now. Kilo 2 Hotel, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
November 8, Kilo, Charlie Mike.
Roger, okay, that sounds good. November 8, Kilo Charlie Mike. Got a couple of stations back in there. Hope I got your call right, sir. My name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo, Long Island, New York. Your name, state, and comments you'd like to make on what we're doing here in the special event station. Over to you, sir.
K2H,
internet. Please copy November 8 Kilo Charlie Mike. Name is Dan, Delta Alpha November, and the QTA is about 50 miles west of world-renowned metropolis of Loganville, Georgia. Can't say enough. I won't hold this, sir. You said everything that we could possibly say about our heroes during this unprecedented challenge that they faced. They have risen and they have showed us what good they have in them, and they've asked us to take care of ourselves so we can take care of them. And I think that is a good summary of it. We've seen these heroes, whether state, federal, and the whole group come together, and I just can't say enough about them and thank them adequately and encourage everyone else in the public to do their part to stay safe, to allow these heroes to continue to do their work. With that, back to you, sir, from the November 8 Kilo Charlie Mike. By the way, you're a solid 5-9 into Atlanta.
Oh, thank you, Dan. Yeah, you're 10 over 9 here into Long Island, New York. Very, very eloquently said, very clearly said, and absolutely. We unless we hear from them, we don't know what's going on exactly. We hear from the news media. But here's one nurse that said this early on in the COVID-19 war. She's been in the business. She's been a nurse for 25 years. 25 years. I have never seen patients so sick before. A nurse from Dallas said this, and dying despite everything that we're doing. One thing I'd like to say, and I've said it before, those of you who've tested COVID-19, those who've tested positive, if you have or you know someone that has, your antibodies could be a lifesaver for those that are not responding to treatment, that are not taking well to the respirator treatment and therapies. So if you have tested positive for COVID-19, please consider getting a test, seeing if you're positive for antibodies, or you could donate your plasma. Your plasma, 1 unit, can be then translated to 2 units of plasma and save some lives. What a wonderful thing you can do to do that. So if you are, please consider that. And then you could go to your local blood bank, the American Red Cross, and donate that much, much needed plasma from COVID-19. Let's try to translate something bad into something good. Thanks so much, Dan. I really appreciate your comments very much at what makes this special event so special on our last day. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hotel, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
Kilo 4, Lima, Mike Sierra.
Roger, thank you. Kilo 4, Lima, Mike Sierra. Very good afternoon to you, sir. My name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo. Your name, your state, and any comments you'd like to share with us. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, real fine, Peter. You got a beautiful signal coming in. And also on the heroes, that is true. I was in the medical profession at a hospital. I'm retired now, but I don't know how they went through it up there in New York. Peter, go ahead.
Well, thank you so much, George. We got through it because of out-of-state nurses. Clearly, the senior vice president here of Northwell Health, he said that 500, George, out-of-state nurses from nearly every state were placed in the 23 hospitals throughout the healthcare network system, and they have been invaluable. And that's how we did it, George. In many ways, those out-of-state nurses, people from Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, every single state was represented. And without their help, this could not have been done, George. And we also have to thank our governor for every single day, whether you believe in him or not, getting on the air and being very transparent, telling us exactly where we stood, showing us graphs and charts and getting information, not hearsay, but scientific information that helped New Yorkers understand where they were. And you know what? New Yorkers came through, and New Yorkers did do the right thing and certainly helped mitigate this virus to a great extent. Over to you, George, for any final comments.
Okay, Peter. Correction on the name. It's Mike. Periodic keys like a microphone. I don't. It's listed as George on the first name. I go by the middle name. So, but thank y'all a lot and pass it around up there and appreciate it. You have a nice day, Peter. K2 Hotel. This is Kilo 4 Lima, Mike, Sierra, Atlanta, Georgia.
Roger. Okay, Mike, it's in the log. Yep, I see your middle initial with an M. Got it, in the log. Thanks so much, Mike, and thank you for all the service that you've done in the medical profession. Enjoy your retirement. Be safe, and enjoy amateur radio, and try to encourage more young amateur radio operators to get involved and sign up on our hobby. One of the reasons why I wanted to do this Twitch stream, I wanted to show the youngsters that, hey, We're up to date too. We're modern. We get involved in technology and computers and sound cards just like you do with your game. So I think you could spend some time maybe thinking about this as a hobby. And when you listen to what we're doing, it's something that maybe you can spend a little time in your day doing a twofold thing, having fun on amateur radio and as well doing some good as well. I mean, what a dynamic combination that is. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hotel, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot listening.
Kilo 9, Echo Zulu Lima.
Echo Zulu Lima, thank you. A very good morning to you. Kilo 9, Echo Zulu Lima. Thank you so much, sir. Your name, your state, and any comments you'd like to share with us. Over to you, sir.
My name is Lyndon, Lima Yankee November, Delta Oscar November. I'm in Indiana. I have 4 nurses in my family, and every day I pray for their safety.
Every day you pray for your safety. Every day you have anxiety, hoping, praying, as you said, that they will come through okay. I'd love to have each and one of their names so we could salute them, Lyndon. This is what this event's about. I'm waiting for their names. Go ahead, sir.
Melanie, Ashley, Valerie, and Jill Beth.
Okay. Joe Beth. Let me make sure I have that right. I have Melanie, Ashley, Valerie, and Joe Beth. Do I have that right, Lyndon?
Yes, Al.
Melanie, Ashley, Valerie, and Joe Beth. I know you're not listening because you're doing work. We're here in our hobby, but a service saying thank you. It's on the Twitch stream. Thank you very, very much. 4 daughters. Lyndon, I think you set a record here today, having 4 daughters in the nursing profession. That's incredible. That is a wonderful thing. This is why we're doing this event in our small way to send thanks out. And we've had many, many emails from nurses who've said, I was told by another amateur radio operator what you guys are doing. I listened to the stream on Twitch, the tape when I got off my shift, and we really feel good about what you did. Thank you so much for recognizing us while you're at home and we're on the front lines. Lyndon, curiosity, what is there a coincidence? There's some DNA there that all 4, you had 4 daughters becoming nurses. I mean, that's pretty incredible, Lyndon. Is there an explanation for that? Over to you, sir. Okay, so said. Thank you. Okay, that never mind. Yeah, that would have been a little bit too much to take. I understand how it's all balanced. Thank you. Yeah, propagation took your signal out, but at least we got the important parts, the salute of which we want to do here in this special event. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hotel, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. CQ calling CQ, amateur radio operators that would like to join the last day of the special event station, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. Well, as you can see, folks, right now the propagation is not in our favor, but it may be in a moment or two. So let's try it again. Let's see what happens. Thanks a lot. We've had a lot of good listeners today, and we really appreciate that. We do indeed. Let's try and see if we've got some better propagation. It could change from moment to moment, so let's take a look. CQ calling CQ, all radio amateurs. This is special event station Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot listening. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot listening. CQ calling CQ. This is Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. saluting all those heroes on the front lines. Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot listening.
Victor, Ocean 1, Charlie.
Whiskey Uniform 5 Hotel.
Okay, Whiskey Uniform 5 Hotel, stand by. Victor Ocean 1. Victor Ocean 1, come again with your call. Negative copy right now. Whiskey Uniform 5 Hotel, come in, please.
Okay, this is Whiskey Uniform 5 Hotel. Steve Arkansas, and I got you a good copy on you, and I really commend you for what you're doing. You're doing a good job.
Oh, thank you so much, Steve. Very, very much. I wish we didn't have this job to do, Steve. I wish this pandemic never happened, but here we are, hopefully closing in on it, getting out of this storm that we've been in. But thank you, Steve, so very much. I appreciate your comments, and certainly your thanks are gratefully appreciated by all those on the front lines. QRZ, this is Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot listening.
Charlie, Alpha Lima, Charlie, America, London.
There you go. I got you. Thank you so much, Calvin. Propagation came up. Victor Ocean 1, Charlie, Alpha Lima. Calvin, I think you're from Pools Island in Canada. Come on in, Calvin. Thanks for your patience. With any comments that you might have. Over to you, Calvin.
Okay, well, I'd just like to thank the heroes, that's for sure. What a lovely to thank the heroes for all they do. And your report, you are 5 and 5, 55. Go ahead.
Roger, thank you. 55. You're about 5 and 4. 5 and 4, Calvin, but nevertheless, you're in the log. And all those that are listening, you can get a QSL card from the Kilo 2 Hotel site on the QRZ website. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hotel, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot listening.
Alpha Juliet 4, Echo November.
Alpha Juliet 4, Echo November. You see, that's how it works. One moment you think nothing ever is going to happen again, and there you go, a nice solid 5 and 7. Alpha Juliet 4, Echo November. Thank you, sir. Your name, your state, and any comments you'd like to add. It's up to you. Over you, sir.
Okay, I'm actually in the Mobile. I just leaving church, headed home, and I'm in South Carolina there. And you got a beautiful signal. You're about 30 over there, Roger.
Thank you, Bobby. Let me ask you, Bobby, how was it at church? Were people separated? Were they too close? So what's your opinion on how things went to church today? Over to you, Bobby.
Oh, church was wonderful, man. Church was wonderful. We still keeping the distance and everything, and but we sitting there listening. We got at least go and worship together there, Roger.
Oh, I tell you something, Bobby. Absolutely, I thought it was absolutely a very, very bad thing that the churches were not listed as essential places to do their work. We know how important it is to pray. We know how it is to give thanks, to take a moment not to think about ourselves but others. And that was an injustice that was done. But because we made a lot of mistakes here during this virus, but like any war, you make a lot of mistakes and then you try to correct them so they'll never happen again. But Bobby, the peace of mind that we get from attending services, from listening to the sermons, from taking a moment out, cannot be calculated. So Bobby, I'm glad you mentioned that, and you got a great signal, about 10 over 9. So I think the angels above are giving you a little better signal, Bobby. Over to you, sir, for your final.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. I just heard you happen to be in there, and I just turned the thing on. I was talking to a friend of mine, Angel, down in Puerto Rico, on 14245 this morning, and then I heard you kind of feeding in a little bit, about 3 kilohertz, but just heard you in there. I'm
Thank
going
you,
to write
Larry.
it down on a
I
piece
wish I
of
posted
paper
your
here. I don't
information on
know what
DX
the
Cluster when I
time
first
is
tuned
or
in.
everything,
Might do that
but,
now,
if
just
you
in
would,
case.
just pass that information
I
on
see
to
you
me,
are on
and then I'll write it down, and then
142489.
I'll
That is
log it
correct,
when
Larry.
I get
Thank
to the
you.
house there, QSL.
Well, QSL, and what an appropriate person to talk to, an angel. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Bobby. Be safe driving, and pass the good words on to others. You sound like you got a glow about you today, Bobby. 73's over to you for any finals.
Yes, sir.
sir. I appreciate it. And that was K2H, right? K2H?
Oh, yes. Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. SUF is my county in New York. Roger that, Bobby?
Okay, roger, roger. Just give me the UTC time. Let's see, what is it, 11:17? And what is it, let me see, 4 hours ahead of time? No, it's actually 12:17. So it'll be 16:17, roger?
Okay, yeah, the actual time is 16:23. In my log, it'll be 16.23 UTC, Bobby. QSL?
All right, I got the information I need. I appreciate it, and send me through each day. And God bless there, Roger.
I'll take that blessing any day, and the same to you, and may that glow for the rest of the week. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
Whiskey 109, Juliet, Yankee, Zulu.
The Juliet Yankee Zulu, please, with your call.
Whiskey Bravo 9, Juliet, Yankee, Zulu. The name is Ron. I have you at a 5-9 near Chicago, Illinois. A lot of bad stuff. We saw it in 1966. This is the first time since 1966 that we've got a whole city curfew. Back over to you, WB9JYZ.
Roger, Ron. Yep, these are very unusual times, very difficult times, very tense times, and certainly that's what our country certainly is built on. Things are always not going to be perfect, but nevertheless, we're going to do the best we can to try to improve things. Clearly, we're very concerned about what's going on, and we had certainly riots in Brooklyn, New York yesterday. Bridges were closed. And we have to address these injustices that have been going on far too long. We're looking at 20 years ago, we have the Rodney King issue in New York, and we're still repeating those errors over and over again. And that absolutely positively, an end has to be put to that for sure. Thanks a lot, Ron. Any final comments that you might have? QSB on your signal, but let's try it one more time for any finals. Over to you, sir.
No, I'm done. WB9JYZ.
Thank you, Ron. And by the way, I know you may hear me. I love your Basset Hound. That's a gorgeous picture on your QRZ card. Thanks so much. This is about heroes. This is all about heroes, the heroes on the front lines. Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
November Yankee 4, Papa Delta.
Roger. Wow, that's one of the strongest signals I've had today. November Yankee 4, Papa Delta. I believe this is Enrique in Palm Bay, Florida, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we spoke in a couple of weeks ago, and I think you have a radio broadcast that was also on Twitch or YouTube. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but certainly your picture looks very, very familiar here, and I think that's who it is, Enrique. November Yankee 4 Papa Delta, Kilo 2 Heroes.
Yeah, how you doing, pals? Yeah, the name's Enrique. It's Rick. Call me Rick. And yes, that was me. I heard you out there. I usually don't come on during the day, but I heard you out there, and I said, I got to say hello to him. So how's everything going with you? Having fun?
Rick, this has been an event that's gone beyond certainly our expectations. We initially went out just to talk about those heroes on the front lines, and we weren't sure exactly what was going to happen here. But thank goodness I left this to QSO style, and the outpouring, the emotion, just the events that have happened this entire month has been just incredible. And I guess I'm so honored in my 56 years as an amateur radio operator, Rick, to have the opportunity to sit here at the microphone and just witness this outpouring from the great amateur radio operators. Over to you, Rick.
Yes, it's got to be heartwarming, and people are saying thank you all over the country, and it's a good thing that what you're doing. People just need to hear things, positive things. You can only watch so much of the news and hear negativity. But anyway, on that point, man, I just wanted to say hello to you. Thank you for what you're doing over there, and keep doing what you're doing. Everybody appreciates it. I'm looking at your page here. And I'm just trying to read up to see what you got to do over here to get a paper here. But I'll figure it out. I went to St. Raymond's High School. Take care, brother. I hope you're having a great day.
Yeah, St. Raymond's High School. You bet. You're very proud. By the way, on my Twitch TV feed, I have the picture of you proudly standing in uniform, Rick. It's a great picture, and thanks for sharing that with us. For sure, I do that. Rick, do you want to mention at all the show that you do on YouTube? Go ahead.
It's just something. I know I got a hum all of a sudden. I know where it's from, too. But anyway, yeah. At nighttime there, in the middle of the night on 40 meters, I have a thing, NY4PD ham radio at night. I know there's a lot of people out there that live by themselves. There's, they're by themselves. Young, old, single, divorced. And so that they don't feel alone. I try to stay up as long as I can all night till 3, 4 in the morning so they have somebody to talk to. Isolation leads to depression. Isolation can lead to a lot of other things. And I figure I have a live video broadcast so you can see me, and it's more interactive. And I usually have about 30 to 50 people in there from all over the country and Hawaii. And you don't have to feel alone. There's always somebody out there. I'm out there.
Rick, thank you. Are you on a specific frequency, usually on 40 meters, Rick? Go ahead.
It's where I can find room. What I did was, I'm an extra, and I had a lot of people in my chat room right away saying, can you help me out? I'm a general. I said, okay, everybody, QSY up, So I don't want to leave nobody out. So for the most part, I try to stay in the general portion of the band so nobody's left out.
That's great. That really is fun. You'd love to tune in to that. My pleasure. And what you said is very, very true. The one thing that we worry about, there's unintended consequences. Those that are trained on the front lines are getting a lot of help each and every day from therapists of all kinds. They're being protected, we hope. However, a lot of us that do not have access to that, can't afford it. The health care, perhaps, unfortunately, does not provide for it. We've got to handle it for ourselves. And one of the things that I've often said, life is a series of revisions. Very much like an aircraft flying from one coast to the other, they're constantly making changes to their course. Nobody stays on course. Even the best of aircraft doesn't. We as human beings, we rarely stay on course. We're always going off course. We have to understand that that's part of the human condition, that we do go off and on course, and we constantly have to revise. One of the things we need to do now while we're in this war together, we have to revise some things too. Maybe it was okay to listen to the 10 o'clock or the 11 o'clock news before we retired at the end of the day. Well, now it's not a good idea. We don't want to leave with those thoughts in our head, those pictures, those images, police cars burning perhaps, or pictures of nurses just falling down with their hands in their heads. That's not something that you need to go to bed with. Your subconscious works on that, and you never have a peaceful sleep, and that could also affect your health as well. So please make sure you do good things for your head. Stay positive. Listen to Rick on his 40 Meters broadcast. Read some good books. One of my favorite, Norman Vincent Peale's Power of Positive Thinking. Believe me, that really does help. So that's something that we really feel important about. Rick, over to you for any final comments. Thanks so much for making our broadcast so impactful. We appreciate that. Over to you, sir. NY4PD, Kilo 2 Heroes.
NY4PD returning to Kilo 2 Heroes. You just mentioned a book there. Funny thing that you said that because, there's a book called The Secret. Don't know if you know about it. It's, Laws of Attraction. So it's somewhere along the lines, You think positive things happen. You think negative things happen. That's basically sum and substance what the book is about. And it's called The Secret. And as a matter of fact, I think there's a YouTube video on that book. Anyway, listen, man, you take care. Have a great day. I think Peter was. God bless. And I'm down here in Florida, expecting from the next wave of thunderstorms. This is November Yankee 4, Papa Delta, New York 4 Police Department. Take care.
Thank you, Rick. Yeah, The Secret is a good book, and certainly Law of Attraction is something that really is important. We certainly associate with people. We have to be careful who we associate with because that affects our overall being. If we associate with negative people, well, we're going to have a negative posture on life, and certainly that is really makes a major, major difference. The more positive people that we associate with, and you have to sometimes review your friendships, your associations, even people in your family. If they're toxic, got to get away from them because it's not going to help you one bit. Anybody at all, it's not good. Rick, I have here somebody on our Twitch TV line, Larry. Larry says, really enjoyed listening to Rick. I should try to tune into 40 meters, although I'm 99% CW. Okay, maybe, Larry, we could convert you to listen to Rick's very, very good broadcast. Lots of folks need to hear his 40-meter program, and thank you for highlighting Rick's effort. My pleasure, Larry, my pleasure indeed. This broadcast is about heroes, and we salute all those different heroes that are out there. Most importantly, those on the front lines, but nevertheless heroes. Thanks, Rick. We really appreciate that. Be well, and hope you dodge those thunderstorms. 73s to you, sir. We're very proud of Florida launching our first satellite from American soil by Elon Musk and his great group of SpaceX people, and certainly with the help of NASA. 39A, Pad 39A is historic. Apollo launched 11 from 39A, and we're really proud to have a successful launch and docking today. Sorry I missed it, but I was on the air. I'll get the tape. Thanks a lot, Rick. Be well, sir. Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot listening.
Alpha Hotel 2 Oscar.
Roger, thank you so much. Dennis, it is really a pleasure. Got your card up there with the eagle and the American flag. Dennis, it's really great to hear one of my heroes there, Dennis. Dennis is a good friend of ours. He's part of a very, very powerful group, the Owls. And I'm going to ask you, what the heck are you doing on CW? I really miss WPX, Dennis, but there's always another year. Thanks so much, Dennis, for spending time saying hello. My wife, Adele, says every day, have you spoken to any of your friends? And I can say today I've spoken with Dennis. Dennis, how you doing? And thanks so much for gracing our broadcast by coming on board. Thanks a lot, Dennis. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, Peter, we're doing pretty good. I saw your spot come up, and I'm running the WPX-CW contest. I saw your spot come up, and I'm like, I got to come over, say hi to Peter, and thank him for everything he's doing.
Thank you, Dennis, so much. Dennis, U.S. Navy, we salute you, Dennis, as we saluted all those on Armed Forces Day, and certainly we certainly had a moments of silence on Memorial Day. Dennis, thank you so much again for your service, and thank you for taking a moment away from the WPX contest. Folks, Dennis is one of the strongest CW operators in our area, and we really can learn a lot from him. Dennis, thanks a bunch. You got a great signal here into my station, and thanks a lot, and have a wonderful rest of the contest. Hope to join you guys next year. 73s to you, Dennis.
Okay, Peter, 73s to you. And again, I just wanted to take 2 minutes and to come out of CW. Now, we're nearly approaching 1,000 contacts in the contest. Just wanted to come up and say thanks again and get everyone understanding what you're doing for our country. Very much appreciated. K2A Truck Suffolk, 73s, Alpha Hotel 2 Oscar. Best of the day.
The best of the day, too, and congratulations on getting to 1,000 contacts. That is quite an accomplishment with conditions being what they are. Thanks a lot, Dennis. So proud to have you in the log and on tape through Twitch TV. Thanks so much, sir. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hotel, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
Kilo 4, Hotel India.
Roger, thank you. Boy, I thought, you see what happens? About 20 minutes ago, I was ready to quit. But, we're not quitters here. Just like these nurses, doctors, EMTs, those that are driving the trucks, they're not quitters. We hung in there, and right now propagation is better. The noise level definitely is down by a few dB, so we're hanging in here. Sir, very good afternoon to you. Your name, your state, and any comments you'd like to make on what we're doing here. Over to you, sir. Kilo 4 Hotel India.
I wasn't sure if you were talking to me. Kilo 4 Hotel India. Name is Clark. Charlie Lima Alpha Romeo Kilo. Here in West Columbia, South Carolina. You're 5'9", sounding really good here, over.
Thank you, Clark. Yeah, oftentimes I'll babble on but not give the call that I've captured. Thanks so much, Clark. Any comments that you'd like to make on the first-line responders that we're saluting today? Over to you, sir.
I just want to say our hats off to our military and our law enforcement and all the stuff that's going on, and hats off to those who are leadership in our country, man. You're doing a fine job. Enjoy listening to you, over.
Well, thank you so very much. Yeah, we've taken our hats off so much. I think I lost a lot of hair because of it, but we can't say thank you enough for these tireless workers that are giving up their time by doing single, double, triple shifts. It's just incredible. Thanks so much, Clark. 73s to you. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hotel, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
Kilo Charlie 9, Mike Victor Kilo.
Roger, thank you. Kilo Charlie 9, Mike Victor Kilo. Very good afternoon to you once again. Rick, good to have you on board. Thanks so much. The signal's a little tough today, about a 5 and 5, but I could copy you. Rick, any comments you'd like to make on what we've been up to? Anything else you'd like to add? Over to you, sir, from Seymour, Indiana. Over to you, Rick.
Roger. Yeah, we tried to reach the other day for the hurricane. That's glad we're still in there. Craig is still doing good work. We work with the union right here. Keep up the good work. You're 5-9 years old. 39. You're in good shape. You're good shape. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so very much. Larry, congratulations on the WPX to reach 1,200 QSO so far today. Yeah, it's one of my favorites as well. And so you're operating NQ4i twice when he scored #1 in U.S. Oh, good for you. Well, enjoy the rest of the contest, and thanks for spending some time here with us. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hotel, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. CQ calling CQ, CQ calling CQ. Up, propagation left us for the moment. Let's see if we can last it a little longer. CQ calling CQ, Special Event Station, Kilo 2 Hotel, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot listening. Well, thank you, Dan, very, very much for getting back into us. Again, just a lot of QSB on your signal, but once again, great to have you on board. 3, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is at the 8th time, I think, Dan. I think you set the record from El Paso, Illinois. Today, a lot of people are certainly going to church services. It's been too long, too close, but certainly every time we speak to you, we like to look up to the heavens, say thank you, Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen, for the impact that you've had. And clearly, all the amateur radio operators, they've had a lot of impact for this entire month of May on giving our first-line workers a definite big salute. Dan, try not to keep it too long. I'd love to hear you, but I don't think we'll be able to hold your signal too long. Over to you, Dan.
Roger. Hey, NIWFD El Paso, Illinois. Home of Bishop Sheen. Peter, I want to thank you for your kind love and one more time.
Dan, unfortunately, QSB, the noise levels is too loud. If you want to make any further comments I'd like to answer, please go to my QRZ page and ask me any questions. I'm happy to answer them, Dan. But unfortunately, conditions are just too marginal. Let's see if we can hold it a little bit longer. But thanks a lot for your contribution, Dan. I appreciate that. Hopefully other folks heard those good words. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hotel, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. What are we doing? We're honoring, we're saluting all those frontline workers from top to bottom, those nurses in the ICU, to people that are in the butcher shops, seeing a lot of different people every day. They have anxiety as well. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
November 9, Victor Tango Bravo.
Very nice signal, sir. Thanks a lot for, bringing up the power level, George. November 9, Victor Tango Bravo. George, thank you so much. Appreciate that. And we also want to thank Teresa as well, KC9FMD. Yes, George, you're back here again. Hold on a second here. George, stand by. Let me see if I can get that right. There you go, George. Do I have Teresa right now is on our Twitch stream? And thank you so much for those pictures, George. How's Teresa doing, George? Go ahead.
Well, she's at home today. So was yesterday. So it's like, I think first weekend she's not working in a couple months. So I think she's doing really good today. Well, I got to be careful, and that's all it is to it. Just one day at a time, pretty much.
Oh, thank you, George. George, by any chance, I don't want to impose upon Teresa, but clearly we not too often enough speak with actually those people that are on the front lines. Is there any chance that Teresa can come on the line for a moment or two, George? Go ahead.
Well, she's on the yard. I don't think she would like to do that. She's not. She made one QSO in her life, I think. So, she's one of those ham operators.
Yep, I understand that, and I know she's in the yard, and I hate to impose upon her, but George, this is an event that's not like a normal amateur radio QSO. Clearly, we're thanking heroes today, and she's one of our heroes. And yeah, by any chance, maybe even later, if you could, nothing like her saying hello to us, and certainly I know from you she appreciates that all we're doing. Making all these contacts saying thank you. But nevertheless, George, we want to thank her so very, very much for her service. And I'm so glad, George, most importantly, that things are relaxing a bit where she's able now to be home with you. That's just fantastic. George, thanks a lot. Any final comments? I'll leave it to you. N9 VTB, this is Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. For your final, George.
Yeah, and I appreciate that certificate you guys sent to me. I printed out this on a nice paper and just gave it to her, and she thought that was very, very nice. So thank you guys, and I appreciate it. So 73, and stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll just hang around. N9 VTB.
Thanks so much. Yeah, this is an honor. Again, you folks that don't know, Teresa is a medical doctor. She's been on the front lines. That's one of her pictures that George was kind enough to send to us, and we salute people like Teresa. QRZ, thanks, George. QRZ, and the certificate, by the way, is a nice certificate to keep as a memento, and I'm glad we're able to finally download it from the K2H site. It's been a lot of work to get that done. Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. My name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo, Long Island, New York, at the controls, QRZ.
Yeah, just to let you know, she's not a medical doctor. She's a microbiologist. She got a master's degree in microbiology, and she's working for medical lab. Just to remind you, she is not MD. Her call sign is MD with the letters, but she's not a medical doctor.
No, that's okay. Corrected. Microbiologist is a very important critical field that we will discover cures for COVID-19. Thanks, George. So corrected. I appreciate that. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hotel, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Roger, thank you. Weak signal, but I got you. Whiskey 4, Kilo Yankee Tango. Thank you. Good afternoon to you. Your name, your state, any comments you'd like to make. Over to you, sir.
The state is Kentucky, Central Park. My name is Tim, Tango India Mike. I'm a New Ham.
Is that right? QSL. Are you in New Ham, Tim?
Yes, that's correct. QSL.
Oh, that's great. Love to see that. I can tell you, Tim, how many New Hams came on the air, how many folks that haven't turned their radios on for many, many years that came on the air because they felt compelled enough to say thank you for the heroes that are out there, and they're part of this event. Thank you, Tim. 73s, be well, and have a wonderful day. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
November 4, Uniform Victor Charlie.
Roger, November 4, Uniform Victor Charlie. Good afternoon to you, Bob. Great to have you on board again. Really appreciate it. From Palm Bay, Florida, any comments you'd like to add? Be a pleasure to hear you, Bob. Over to you, sir.
Well, I just came in here and tuned down. You had a good signal. Now, what event is this now?
Bob, this is the last day, the last minutes perhaps, of this Kilo 2 Heroes special event, saluting those people on the front lines that are fighting the COVID virus. Those people on the front lines could be the doctors, they could be the medics, they could be the EMTs, they could be people driving supplies around, they could be people in the grocery stores. All those people we've been saluting for the entire month of May, Bob. QSL?
Yeah, QSL. Well, they need to do something right now to stop this stuff up in these cities and get rid of this TIFA, Democrats destroying our society. Hey, you do a good job. In 4, UVC, 73.
That's a Roger. Thank you very, very much. Yes, we certainly have to perhaps finally address the inequality that's going on, the imperfection that we have in our criminal justice system that has to be absolutely positively addressed, and addressed now and addressed seriously. This has been going on for 20 years. one incident after another that is so horrendous that should not be something that should even be foisted on animals. It's just terrible, and we just really hope that finally maybe things will settle down. One thing we've said over and over is violence is certainly not the key to solving the problems. All that does is really distract people from really what the true issue is, the inequality. So clearly, peaceful is the way to get the message across, and we hope that will promulgate as the days go by. Thanks so very much, Bob. Appreciate the contact. QRZ, this is about heroes. Kilo 2 Hotel, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
November 0, Mike Kilo Alpha.
Mike Kilo Alpha. Roger, November 0, Mike Kilo Alpha. Good afternoon, Ray. Thanks a lot for your contact from St. John's, Missouri. Hope things are well there, and any comments you might share with me, I'd appreciate it. Over to you, sir.
Not too much of a comment. We're trying to, everybody's trying the best we can, so I just want to say hi from St. Louis. And, I don't know, like I say, we got contact with a lot of people. And, well, anyway, I want to say thank you from my end. Roger?
Roger, Ray, thanks so much. Yep, we're going to do the best we can. We're going to try to continue to get ahead of this, and certainly we want to put a lot of people back home like Teresa, where they're not working the single, double, triple shifts. QRZ, thanks, Ray. Kilo 2 Hotel, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. Well, at 1 hour and 54 minutes, we're coming to close of our shift. Let's see if we have anybody else that would like to make final thank yous to the heroes on the front lines. CQ calling, CQ. Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot, saluting those heroes on the front lines. QRZ. This is Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. Well, we're coming to the end of our amateur radio broadcast. It's May 31st, 2020. We've come to the end of the Kilo 2 Hotel special event here from my station in Suffolk County. There will be other stations, hopefully in Suffolk County or other counties, operating through the day, but my shift will be over. I want to thank all those who've been part of it. This has been a remarkable event. The outpouring of appreciation and emotion from our amateur radio community makes me very proud to be an amateur radio operator. As I said before, I've been licensed for 56 years, and I truly feel this event has been one of my proudest moments in all those years. Thank you, everybody in the amateur radio community. God bless you, and the best of 73s to all. This is Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. It's out, clear, and QRT. Those listening on the stream, I'm going to be doing a few other things on the stream now, so stand by. I'll be continuing my stream for the next 2 minutes, 73s, and I'll be going on to this Twitch TV stream I call Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor. Okay, thank you very much, streamers. I have a few other comments. Thank you for the standing O, Larry. I appreciate that. Not necessary, but thanks so much, and thanks for posting us on the cluster as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, so here we are. I've been talking on the, I don't know which button to press right now. So here we are at the end of our broadcast, and what I would like to do now is certainly as we end here, I want to read a poem. This poem is certainly on the special website that is called Nurses and Angels. Nurses and Angels. This is a poem that's written by Dawn Butler, registered nurse in Pennsylvania. And this is why we've been celebrating this event, celebrating this first-line workers. I walk through these doors with pride. Whose life will I save tonight? Someone is waiting for me. Someone is alive today because of my duty. Someone we cry because we can't save them all. We do that sometimes. God sometimes won't let us interfere when he calls. A baby's first breath when he looks at me, the joy of my first delivery, the tear I wipe away with my own hands, the life ending of a gentle old man. The night seems so dark and the morning so bright. Being a nurse, you see life in a different light. Who will I save tonight? Who will I hold my hand with their last breath with no fright? Who will enter this world on my first shift? How many mothers will greet their babies with a kiss? I don't know who these special people are, but I will meet them with every call. I will hold them tight and help the pain. I will hold them up when they feel faint. I will be strong when I'm needed. That is my job. I am a nurse. That is my duty. Well, that is certainly, I think, a very powerful poem. I want to thank once again Dawn Butler, who's an RN in Pennsylvania, for putting this poem on. Very, very, the words that we can't come up with better words about what a nurse does. Clearly, we're saluting all those on the front lines, and there's so many of them. We don't want to forget those that are at all levels. There's certainly thousands of grocery workers out there, including the nurses, the healthcare workers, the people in food processing, the bus drivers, the subway conductors, the food delivery people, the pharmacists, the technicians keeping our vehicles running and the infrastructure running as well, those technicians that are working on the power grids. All those frontline workers every day that make the communities stronger, who bring food, who bring supplies, who bring medical care. All of those folks are getting through to make this impact much, much better for us. Once again, I want to thank the Great South Bay Amateur Radio Club, the special event team for having the knowledge, the time, the effort, their real compassion to be able to put this event together. We can't thank them enough. I want to thank you, your operator. My name is Peter. My call is Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor. It's certainly been an honor to be here on this radio for 31 days. I'm proud to say that this is my 31st day every single day. I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm certainly thanking my wife very much for certainly me giving up things that I normally would do with the family here. But because I felt so compelled that this is such a special event, a one of a kind, hopefully we'll never repeat this again, to have the ability to be on the air for 31 days. I also want to thank Bob Heil of Ham Radio Nation. Bob Heil was nice enough to invite me on his show a couple of weeks ago when we began this, and he wanted to know, what the heck are you doing? What's going on there? When I described what we were doing on behalf of the Great South Bay Amateur Radio Club, certainly our numbers are strong. We've made so many contacts over so many countries with so many amateur radio operators. As I said earlier, we know that what we said has resonated very, very strongly, very powerfully with those frontline workers. They've heard us. We made our comments. We've made our emotions. There are so many folks that have come out and just poured themselves out on the radio and thanked certainly those people on the front lines and spoke about their own particular trials and tribulations through this COVID-19 virus. We're going to get through this. We're getting better and better each day. We're out there opening up the economy. Doesn't mean that the virus is gone. It's still out there, so we have to be careful. We have to certainly socially distance. We have to be mindful and respectful of those older people who may get the virus from one of us who are healthy and can take that virus and get very, very sick and possibly pass. So we have to be extremely respectful of them as well and be patient. Certainly New Yorkers, not in our DNA to be patient, not in our DNA to really be quiet, but certainly I think we have to understand the new normal that's existing. And as I said earlier, life is a series of revisions. Let's make another revision here for a period of time and see how that goes. Most importantly, though, don't let this COVID-19 virus get to you. Do not let the anxiety take you over. Remember to take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. Watch things that make you happy. Be with the family that makes you happy. And certainly be out there with people and don't take that on them. I know we all have anxiety, but we have to somehow make sure that we bury that and keep that away from other people. Thanks so very much. We're going to end with I think, a very, what I call one of those very powerful endings. It's Hallelujah, and this is the way I'd like to end the broadcast. 73s, everybody, and wow, Ralph, I want to say something to Ralph Buckle. Ralph Muckle, let me get that right before we go. Thank you so much, Ralph. I'm looking at you here, RALPHMUCKLE, subscriber at Tier 1. Thank you, Ralph, so very, very much. We really, really appreciate that very much. As I said, we're going to be doing some other broadcasts here on Twitch regarding amateur radio, so perhaps stay tuned for that. My final closing, hallelujah, to the healthcare workers. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody. This is Peter signing out.
Packed your bags and shut the door to go to work to fight a war. You didn't know just what would happen to you. Stepped into work, feet on the ground, and panic was the only sound. And to yourself you whispered, hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Every day and every night you walk the walk, you fight the fight. You never saw the end in sight now, did you? Your days are long and you lose your head, but you can't. There's too many beds, your weary soul is crying. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. You try to help, but you feel the strain. You know there'll be more stress and pain. You wonder if the same would happen to you. Another falls down to the ground. The enemy is all around, and from your lips you scream a hallelujah, 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 fight this fight till it is done. You'll have the strength to carry on. You know the country's backing you now, don't you? You'll try each day, keep pushing through, but this battle lives inside of you. So cold and it's a broken hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. Yep, that's a very, very powerful song for sure. And thanks so much for spending the time. And once again, I want to say congratulations to NASA. Congratulations to SpaceX. It's just a wonderful thing. It's uplifting, isn't it, during these very difficult times to be able to celebrate the launch after 10 years on American soil by American astronauts. That's fantastic. Thank you very much, everybody. Hope everybody will stay well and stay together. I really appreciate that. And goodbye, everybody. And 73s, be good to yourselves. Enjoy the day. Thanks for your time.